I found in the deep sea, this object is made of stone and features holes that resemble a die. It appears to be carved from stone and has a curved shape. It looks like it could be some form of Roman dice. What could this be? In Dutch, it's called kruinsteintje, but I don't know what it's called in English. It has something to do with electrical wiring. It was included in a collection of metals purchased at auction. I am curious if the inscription on the side pertains to a patent, but I haven't been able to locate a match. The diameter is 27 millimeters, with an inner diameter of 25 millimeters, and the height is 17 millimeters. The edge reads PATP 45-044562. Any ideas what this thing is? This is a magic trick. Nickels to dimes trick. Take only one cap, put the ring on it. If there is a gap between the end of the cap and ridge of the ring, you can bang it on a table, and it might have an insert with a fake stack of coins there. What is this pencil-shaped wooden object with a leather strap? It appears to be handmade and quite old. I found it while clearing out my house. Any ideas? It's an antique cornhusker. What exactly is this scoop? It measures approximately 7.5 inches in length and weighs 25 ounces. Made of steel, it was discovered in a kitchen and has no identifying markings. I just measured it, and it holds about 3 ounces, which seems like a substantial amount for liquor. I'm uncertain about its age, but it appears to have a built-in bottle opener. However, I'm not quite sure what the scoop feature is intended for. Any ideas? This is Jigger, bottle opener combo. I found this tool, likely automotive, marked Safety Seal, featuring an Allen pressure gauge with a Bakelite handle. It came from a collection of old tools I acquired at an estate sale, primarily consisting of higher-end brands, albeit vintage. I have searched for Safety Seal, but only found information on a different company, and I understand that Allen is simply the manufacturer of the dial gauge. Any ideas? It's a compression tester with a remote starter switch. I found a hooked metal tool that has no markings and rust has obscured any potential identifiers. I'm honestly unsure what search terms to use to find more information about it. I asked the shop owner, but it was a donation and could have come from any of the other tools that were sent in. Any idea what this is made for? It's a type of cork popper called a lever signet. There should be a corkscrew for it, which the hook tip of the lever grabs onto. I found a light wooden tool in my grandfather's workshop. It features a lever, and the hollow cylindrical piece on top suggests it may be quite old, although I'm unsure of its exact age. What is this thing? It's a nutcracker. I found an object inside a sandstone house with 1.5-foot thick walls, dating back to around 1860 in southeastern Kansas. The item measures approximately 2.5 feet in length and 8 to 9 inches in width at each end, and it is made of iron, weighing between 6 and 7 pounds. It was found split in half among various historic debris from the 1850s to 1900. I have researched old Singer sewing machines, but their frames appear too wiry for this piece. It could potentially be a type of desk, although I am uncertain. The object is slightly bent to the right, which may explain why it was discarded. Additionally, there are 2 H-shaped holes at the top and bottom on what would be the exterior, possibly intended for attaching other components. Any ideas what this thing is? This is the top of a wood stove cooking surface. It features round cooking surfaces on either side that can be lifted to add wood, and the middle section can also be removed. It appears that the unusual indentation at the bottom in the first picture is where a specialized gripping tool would be used to lift it. I found an object in the woods approximately 300 feet off a trail. It has a diameter of about 24 inches and is made of a woven material that resembles carbon fiber, weighing between 5 to 8 pounds. When struck, it produces a metallic sound. This item was found on private property in a somewhat hard-to-reach area and was not present there just over a month ago. The nubs on either side appear to have been bearing surfaces at some point as they are polished. Additionally, it left a 6-inch deep indent in the ground. What is this? This is Google Hydrazine propellant tank. I pulled this up from a pond in Down East, Maine. The longer end has a sharpened tip, resembling an axe. It appears to be made of stone and, as far as I can tell, is not magnetic. If it is, the corrosion gap is significant enough to negate that. It's likely something obvious, but I'm not creative enough to figure it out. A Google image search didn't provide much help either. Any idea what this is made for? That is a stone axe head. A forked wooden handle would have slotted into the groove and then been lashed into place. While adding some wires to my 2020 Street Glide, I had to remove the gas tank and discovered this magnet-like object attached to the underside. What could it be? So far, I've ruled out a gas cap keeper and a sediment collector, and I couldn't find any information about it on Google. It's very lightweight, and the last picture shows it disassembled because I want to understand its purpose. It doesn't emit a Bluetooth signal or Wi-Fi in either low or high bands. Any ideas? That is an RFID tag. They are used at the Harley-Davidson paint shop. The paint robots can read the tag and know what program to run to paint the part. If any damage is found on the part, the data is logged in that little tag. Nothing nefarious. That should have been removed before the fuel tank was put on the bike. I found an object below the high tide line on a small beach. It was evident that it had been in the water for some time. The item features a peculiar catch or lock mechanism on the side and contains some liquid that sloshes around when shaken, likely seawater. Initially, I suspected it might be a type of flare, but I've never encountered one like it before. It is red, approximately 30 millimeters in diameter and 110 millimeters long, with a single S on one end. Any ideas what this thing is? This is Shermully Distress Flare with a bit missing. The bit in pic will be the initiator that sets off the main flare.